Words by the Wayside presents Outlines of Truth by F.B. Hole. This book is read by Stuart Packer. This edition is produced with the kind permission of copyright holders Scripture Truth Publications and is available in printed form entitled Salvation from www.scripture-truth.org.uk. Publisher's Note: how often has a book or tract been made a rich blessing to the soul, either in bringing one to Christ or building up or helping on in him? How often may we have read some passage of Scripture and seen nothing in it until the Lord used some paragraph in a human writing to unlock its treasure to our hearts? None of us are self-sufficient. We are dependent one on another. We grow by that which every joint supplies. We need all the helps which God has set in the body for our common profit and blessing. This audiobook is part of the Brethren Writers Library series, which goes forth with the purpose of introducing the listener to the writings of men who were gifted of God as teachers. Many of their writings are freely available online at stempublishing.com. Words by the Wayside, 2014. Chapter 1. Faith and Works. It has been commonly supposed that between faith and works a deadly feud exists, so much so that they are utterly irreconcilable. This is far from being true. Most mistaken ideas have, however, a grain of truth embedded in them somewhere, and this one is no exception to the rule. It is perfectly true that the popular doctrine of salvation by human merit, in the shape of works of some kind or other, is totally opposed to and inconsistent with the Bible truth of justification by faith. Yet, the Scriptures speak of good works. But they are of another order altogether, and are as much in harmony with faith, and as intimately connected with it as the fruit and leaves of a tree with the sap which flows through trunk and branches. If we open our Bibles at Colossians 1:21, we find the expression wicked works. These there is no need to define. They are the hideous outcome of the fallen and depraved nature of the children of Adam, the bad fruit of a bad tree. In Hebrews 9:14, we get the words dead works. These are works done with the object of obtaining life and blessing, such as the diligent performance of religious duties and observances. They are man's righteousnesses, which are only as filthy rags in God's sight, Isaiah 64:6, the product of the bad tree when cultivated to the utmost. Bad fruit, after all, for no amount of skill can produce grapes from thorns or figs from thistles. In Titus 2:7-9, we have good works spoken of, and strongly enforced upon Christians. They are the fruit of that new life and nature of which the Christian partakes, which has its vitality in faith, and of which the Spirit of God is the power. They are the good fruit which grows upon the good tree. In Romans 3, Romans 4, and Romans 5, justification before God is seen to be solely on the principle of faith. One verse will be sufficient proof. Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith without the deeds of the law. Romans 3:28. In the second chapter of James, we have it laid down with equal clearness that justification, as a public thing in this world before men, is not only or mainly by faith, but by works. One verse again will suffice to prove it. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. James 2:24. Study carefully the context of these two passages, and you will see a most striking proof of the harmony that exists between faith and works. Both Paul in Romans and James in his epistle cite Abraham as the great Old Testament example which supports their contention. In the life of that remarkable man called out of God to become the father of all them that believe, Romans 4:11. We see faith as a living reality between his soul and God. When gazing into the starlit heavens, he believed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?